Well, I killed a big buck yesterday. Maybe I'll kill a big bear today. It's August 31st, and I'm in Manitoba, and I'm hunting with Baldy Mountain Outfitters, and I'm in a bait that Todd just put in here just about 2.5 weeks ago, and it's already got bears piling on it pretty good. And they've been seeing a lot of bears in here. We got several covert scouting cameras set up, so we're expecting to have some action tonight. Because it's my first night of bear hunting, I'll be a little bit selective. I'm really kind of going to hold out for a really big one, and there is a real giant in here. He said there's several shooters, but then a real giant, so I'm probably going to hold out here. I just heard something already. The four-wheeler's just barely out of sight. I think I got a bear that snapped a twig over here. Sometimes bears, when they approach a bait site, they will step on a branch or something like that to alert anything else that might be at the bait site, try to get a reaction or something like that. Usually, if you hear a bear coming, it's because he intended to be heard. And so when you hear a branch break like that, that normally means it's a subordinate bear, not a really big bear, and he's just trying to see if there's any reaction from anybody else that might be at the bait site. So I'm going to close this down, and we'll get ready to wait it out for 5 hours and see what happens. I spiced this up with some Northwoods Super Sweet Cherry Burst. As you can see, this bottle's getting a little rough. I've just about used it all up, but it really works good. Smells terrific. And sometimes I just use it as a wind indicator. Double purpose is what I call it. Oh my gosh. What the heck? What the heck? Well, that's the first time that's ever happened to me. I watched him and watched him, finally decided I was going to go ahead and shoot him as a nice big adult male. When I drew my bow, I was just getting ready to anchor and my release went off and the arrow was 2 feet low. I hadn't even settled the pin on him yet. Thank goodness it didn't wound him. I don't know what the heck is going on with this release. I didn't even have my finger on the trigger yet. Gosh, I got a spare release in my backpack. I'm gonna get it out and use it if I need it. That was sickening. Kind of aggressive there, buddy. There was 4 bears here. I shot the biggest one. The shot looked really good this time. I'm going to go back and review the footage, but it's really almost too dark. There's only about 10 minutes of legal shooting light left. I had a bear right at the base of my tree, threatening to climb up in here with me. And then there's another smaller bear that was at the barrel. And then when I shot, I saw another bear streak off from that direction. So there was 4 bears here at one time. And I mean, I wish I heard a death moan, but I didn't. But the shot looked good. So I heard him really go crash, and he was really struggling to run. So I think the arrow hit the offside shoulder or leg. So anyway, I'm going to text Todd, and he might as well come on in here and take up the trail.
62 meters.
Oh wow, that ain't bad at all.
Here we are, going after Bernie's bear.
What an unbelievable blood trail.
Good job, Bernie.
Thank you, man. That's a good bear.
You bet.
Nothing wrong with that one. That was a blood trail to behold, I'll tell you what. Alright, well, we found my bear. It went 62 meters according to the GPS. Really nice bear. Very representative of this area, and that's an exciting hunt. I saw 11 bears tonight, and this was the second biggest one. Crazy thing happened when I drew my bow on the biggest one. My release went off just as I got the bow back, and fortunately I didn't wound it. The arrow missed him by 2 feet, or went 2 feet low. So fortunately I didn't wound that bear. And then this one here came in, and I was looking at a couple of 200-pound bears there, and I want, this one's quite a bit bigger than them, so I'm going to take him. And so thanks to Todd and Baldy Mountain Outfitters, is really just a fantastic place to hunt here in the Duck Mountains. Really, really remarkable. Every time I come here, I'm just amazed at the number of bears and the size of bears, and you know, where else can you go and see the number of bears? And my first night on a bait that you only put out a couple weeks ago, Todd, that's had 11 bears in one night. So good deal. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
You bet.